So we actually have some scientific experimentation going on here with our, single action revolver there. Now, what you're looking at is I have made up 6 rounds of each of these loadings, starting with 6 grains of W231 ball powder. And these are all with a 250 grain XTP projectile simply because, well, I have a bunch of that. So that's what they're loaded with. 6 grains W231. That's our starting point. Then we add a grain. So this is 7 grains of that same powder. This is still 7 grains, but we have replaced the large pistol regular primers with Magnum primers. I want to see if, the Magnum primer actually does anything, at least with this loading. I'm sure it probably helps with some harder to light loads, but, we're going to see if there's any difference that can be shown just with this. Everything after this is all Magnum primers, just because, well, I had it right there. Now, this is our first duplex load. Duplex meaning there's 2 different powders in here. It's still 7 grains of that ball powder, but I added 1 grain of 777-3F, which, recognize there, do not use 777 in cartridges, but that's pretty much all we've been doing with it, and it's worked out really good. I want to see how much velocity change there is just by sticking 1 grain in here. And of course, if this is 1 grain, that's 2 grains. So we're going to see, what the differences are between all of this. What I really want to know is there a linear, progressive increase in velocity, or does things like, kind of jump around? Like, you would think, if 1 extra grain got you, 50 feet per second, then another additional grain would give you the same 50 feet per second. I want to see if, we start adding 2 different powders together, if it no longer is lineal and it just becomes random. And this one right here is a dangerous one. This is 300 grain XTP mag bullet, but it's a triplex load. These were duplexes, 2 different powders. This is a triplex with 3, with an addition of long shot. And it's upside down to when you normally build a duplex. Normally you have smokeless on the bottom lighting off the rest of the black powder. This has 25 grains of 777 on the bottom, 2 grains W231, and then 2 grains of the long shot. Yeah, that's a dangerous one. I think I might shoot that out of the lever gun first.